I had an abscessed tooth and was running a fever. I went to my dentist and he gave me an antibiotic. While I was in the waiting room, I picked up the Gospel of Luke. As I read through it, I noticed one passage about divorce, another about a bad manager, and a couple of others that stood out, not knowing at the time that every one of those passages would fit the person I was about to meet. After the appointment, I went to Walmart to drop off my prescription. There was a really long line, unusual for that place, at least 5 or 6 people in front of me. A girl got in line behind me and caught my attention when she started talking to a guy on a ladder behind me, calling him by name. Then she looked at me. She said, "Are you a chef? You're wearing a chef's coat." I told her, "No, I'm a baker." She said, "I used to be a baker." She asked where I worked, and I told her about the Midland Country Club. She said she'd never worked there, but she had worked at the Frankenmuth Bavarian Inn. I said, "I worked at the Frankenmuth Bavarian Inn too." She asked, "When?" I said, "The early 1980s. Then she said, "What's your name?" I said, "Bill." Next thing I know, she's got her arms wrapped around me, saying, "Bill, Bill, Bill." I had no clue who this girl was at first, but she started telling me that we'd worked together and that she had picked me up at my house a couple of times. I figured I didn't remember her right away, but she sure remembered me. So maybe we were supposed to be friends again. I knew I needed to get her number. I felt this stirring in my stomach, my words speeding up. My boss, a couple of months before that, at the Midland Country Club, where I was a pastry baker, told me I needed to find somebody and that I should go online and sign up for one of those dating services. I told her, "That's not how God works in my life. More than likely, my soulmate is somebody I've already met and was just too dense to see it at the time." I got Jill's phone number while we were standing in line at Walmart's pharmacy. I went home and I knew she was the one. I waited 3 days to call her, and we decided to go to Olive Garden. When we came out of the restaurant, I ran into my boss from work, the same one who told me to find someone, and she was there with her mom and her sister. Our second date was at my house. I made her homemade pizza. She was telling me she had started a business making dog biscuit treats. I told her I had helped a friend of mine from Frankenmuth with his touring business, creating his brochures, business cards, and website marketing. She asked me, "What's his name?" I said, "Bill Legler." She said, "William F. Legler?" I said, "Yes, that's the one." A couple of years before, my friend Bill had been trying to fix me up with a girl, his aide, who came to his house a couple of times a week to help him take showers and such. He said she used to work at the Frankenmuth Bavarian Inn, and maybe I knew her. I was also helping take care of Bill Legler, taking care of his business and other things he needed done. So Jill and I were both caretakers for the same person at the same time. On our third date, we went to see Bill Legler. On our first date, she had already opened up to me, and I made a top 10 list of things you should never say on a first date. She said she couldn't have children, her nickname was Chuck, she owed money to people all over town, and her husband had once coerced her into stealing from her father. But she also told me about her osteoarthritis, depression, anxiety, and other physical problems she had.